"Do as I said or quit," the CEO said. The single dad started packing and left everyone speechless. The room fell so silent that even the humming air conditioner seemed to stop breathing. Dozens of employees stood frozen around the conference table, their eyes darting between the furious CEO and the quiet man holding a worn notebook in his hands. The CEO's voice echoed through the glass-walled office like a hammer striking steel. He made one final demand that everyone expected would break the man standing before him. Instead, the single father calmly closed his notebook, looked around the room one last time, and began placing his belongings into an old canvas bag. No argument. No anger. No desperate plea to keep his job. Just quiet dignity. As he walked toward the door, every person in the room realized they weren't watching someone lose everything. They were watching someone choose something far more valuable than a paycheck. Before we continue, if you believe kindness, integrity, and second chances still matter in today's world, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more emotional stories that remind us what truly matters. Michael Carter had never imagined that his life would become a balancing act between boardroom deadlines and bedtime stories. 5 years earlier, he had been an ordinary engineer living an ordinary life with his wife, Emily, and their cheerful little daughter, Lily. Their home had been filled with laughter, weekend picnics, and dreams about the future. Then everything changed in a single rainy evening when a distracted driver ran a red light. Emily never made it home. The months that followed nearly destroyed Michael. Every morning felt heavier than the last. He had to learn how to braid Lily's hair by watching online videos. He learned how to comfort nightmares while hiding his own tears. He discovered that grief never truly disappeared, it simply learned how to sit quietly beside love. His daughter became the reason he kept moving forward. Every decision he made was measured by one question. Would this help Lily have a better life? That question eventually led him to accept a position at one of the country's largest technology companies. The salary was generous. The benefits were excellent. Everyone told him he had finally caught a lucky break. They couldn't see the price attached to it. The company's culture revolved around impossible expectations. 12-hour workdays were considered normal. Weekend meetings appeared without warning. Employees proudly competed over who had slept the fewest hours. Michael never joined those conversations. He arrived early every morning, completed more work than almost anyone else, and left precisely at 5:30 every afternoon. Not because he lacked ambition. Because Lily's school closed at 6. Every evening, she waited by the classroom window, searching the parking lot until she saw her father's aging blue sedan. That smile on her face was worth more than every promotion in the building. For almost 3 years, Michael quietly became one of the company's most valuable employees. He solved problems that others couldn't. He trained new engineers without asking for recognition. Whenever emergencies happened, everyone knew he would find a solution. Still, he remained almost invisible. People rarely noticed quiet heroes. Then came the arrival of Daniel Hawthorne. The new CEO had built his reputation through aggressive leadership. Investors admired him because profits always increased under his command. Employees feared him because compassion rarely entered his vocabulary. Within weeks, the atmosphere changed. People stopped eating lunch together. Vacation requests were denied. Parents missed birthday parties. Anniversaries were forgotten. The company became more profitable than ever. It also became colder than anyone had imagined. Michael tried to stay focused. As long as he could continue picking Lily up from school, he believed he could survive almost anything. But life had another test waiting. One Friday afternoon, Lily's teacher called. Her voice carried concern that every parent instantly recognizes. Lily had developed a high fever. Michael immediately informed his supervisor that he needed to leave 30 minutes early. The supervisor nodded with understanding. Daniel Hawthorne happened to be walking past. He overheard the conversation. Without asking questions, he ordered Michael to stay. The presentation scheduled for that evening mattered more than personal responsibilities. Michael explained calmly that his daughter was sick and alone. Daniel didn't even look up from the tablet in his hands. He simply reminded Michael that successful companies required sacrifices. Michael stayed exactly long enough to finish the presentation. Then he drove to the school faster than he had ever driven in his life. He found Lily asleep on a chair beside the school nurse, still clutching the small stuffed rabbit her mother had given her before she died. Seeing her there broke something inside him. She smiled weakly despite feeling miserable. She apologized for making him late. No child should ever apologize for needing a parent. That night, after Lily finally fell asleep, Michael sat beside her bed until sunrise. He made himself a promise. His daughter would never again wonder whether work mattered more than she did. Monday morning arrived with another company-wide meeting. Daniel announced an ambitious expansion project. Success, he declared, demanded complete commitment. Starting immediately, every manager and senior engineer would remain available until at least 8 o'clock every evening. Attendance was mandatory. No exceptions. The room filled with nervous silence. Several employees glanced toward Michael. Everyone knew what this meant. Daniel noticed those glances. For the first time, he addressed Michael directly. He explained that personal lives could not interfere with corporate excellence. If someone wasn't prepared to make sacrifices, they probably didn't belong at the company. Michael listened without interrupting. His hands remained folded neatly on the conference table. His expression never changed. That calmness somehow irritated Daniel even more. The CEO demanded an answer in front of everyone. Would Michael follow company policy? Or would he leave? Every heartbeat seemed louder than the last. Some employees lowered their heads. Others silently prayed Michael would simply agree. Jobs were hard to find. Single parents couldn't afford unemployment. Michael slowly stood. He thanked the company for every opportunity it had given him. He acknowledged the friendships he had built. He spoke about the pride he felt helping create products used by millions of people. Then he admitted one simple truth. Nothing he ever designed would remember him. His daughter would. He quietly returned to his office. Without drama. Without resentment. He opened the bottom drawer of his desk. Inside rested a faded family photograph. Emily smiled from the picture while holding a baby Lily wrapped in a pink blanket. Michael carefully placed the photograph into his canvas bag. Next came a coffee mug Lily had painted during kindergarten. Its uneven letters read, "Best Daddy Ever." He smiled for the first time that day. One by one, he packed the few personal belongings that had turned an ordinary office into something almost resembling home. Outside his glass office, people stopped working. Nobody spoke. Some secretly wiped away tears. A young intern who had admired Michael since her first day struggled to understand what she was witnessing. She had expected shouting. Instead, she was witnessing quiet courage. When Michael stepped into the hallway carrying his old bag, dozens of employees instinctively stood. Nobody had asked them to. It simply felt wrong to remain seated. As he reached the elevator, someone started clapping. Then another. Within seconds, nearly the entire engineering department was applauding. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Respectfully. Daniel emerged from the conference room, visibly annoyed. He ordered everyone back to work. The applause stopped. But the respect remained. Michael entered the elevator alone. As the doors slowly closed, he caught one final glimpse of the people he had spent years helping. Many were crying. Others simply nodded. The elevator descended floor by floor, carrying not just a man leaving his job, but a father choosing the promise he had made beside his daughter's bed. Outside, the afternoon sun warmed the city streets. Michael breathed deeply. For the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about deadlines. He was thinking about making chicken soup for Lily. He was thinking about reading her favorite bedtime story before sunset. He was thinking about being exactly where he was needed most. He had no